Another big thing to look at is kind of what is your bookkeeping situation like? I know that a lot of you kind of have avoided that question, especially if you're just kind of getting started out. I know a lot of you probably avoid QuickBooks for longer than maybe you should, or maybe you have, an accountant that you work with and you just kind of have them pull all of your data and just work that way, whatever it might be. We actually, I'm blanking on his name, but has the bookkeeping beers and BS.
Dan
Plata?
Yeah,
Yes.
Dan
Plata.
Love Dan. Does a great podcast, live Facebook show. Probably my favorite bookkeeper in the service industry so far. Just has got a great attitude, helps a lot of people out. So little plug in for him. But yeah, get somebody to help you on that if you're not doing it consistently. Look, this is an area that I am woefully guilty of, which is why I have Eric, right? My pessimistic accountant business partner. Like, he takes care of all that stuff, because I could do everything in the company. The one thing that I would refuse to do, just because I hate it, is accounting. And I would wait and I would wait and I would wait. And don't do that. Get somebody to help you, either externally or internally. I mean, bookkeepers are, they're not cheap, but they're not super expensive either compared to the value that they bring your business. So if you don't have your books in order, again, CRM, books in order, intentional marketing, client retention, you lock those down and you'll be moving into 2021 pretty well.
Yeah, and the reason that I mentioned Dan is you guys can go listen to him just talk about this, and he'll give you examples and he'll talk about why it's important. And that can that's free, right? You can just go listen to him. And there are a lot of service businesses that use him. Obviously, he's very well known, but it's just sort of one of those things of getting yourself in that mindset and so forth. And if you want to go with QuickBooks, which is obviously, at least in the US and some other countries, the most popular accounting software, we do integrate with them, both importing the data in. So if you're someone who's coming over for the first time, you want to make sure you bring your QuickBooks data with you. We can do that import, or you can also export your invoices and your payments over. So I wanted to kind of do a quick little demonstration of that and kind of get you guys in that mindset. So Mary, who's been sitting here very patiently for us, why don't you kind of take us off here?
Sorry, I had some technology fun. So yeah, there are a couple different ways that QuickBooks can integrate with ServiceMonster. So here I just have the homepage of ServiceMonster open up. So first thing is, right when you're getting started off with your business, you can actually import in information right from your QuickBooks into the system. So if we hop into settings here and go to import data, here we can actually select to import from QuickBooks Online. So you can get your client list right from here. I believe you can also grab products and services.
Yeah, it's a client list, your price list, your invoice history, your payment history, your tax setup. Those are the main components that
it'll bring over your employees too, because they're attached to your invoices.
That's very cool. That's new, Adam. I was unaware of that.
Yeah, so there's a lot that you can pull over right from doing this. Really simplifies that process of getting your information into the system, so you can start moving forward with client retention strategies, or with, you don't have to go in and add in all of those accounts yourself. So that's a handy tool. And then also ServiceMonster can communicate back with QuickBooks. So you can port over invoices and payment information from ServiceMonster over to QuickBooks. And to do that, once you have set up your connection with QuickBooks, which you can actually do in the marketplace, if you hop into the QuickBooks page on here and go into configuration, this is where you can set up the configuration for that. Once you have done that, if you go to the order page and then into accounting, here is where you can run that connection. We actually have 3 different options. So if you have QuickBooks Online, you can set up that connection. We also can set up a connection with QuickBooks Desktop through the web connector. And then you also can do an IIF export, which is downloading basically a file right off of ServiceMonster and uploading it into QuickBooks. But with Online, this is basically the simplest one. All you have to do is open up the export wizard here, and you can run through the process of importing over your invoices and payments into QuickBooks.
And if the client isn't there, it'll import the client, it'll import the invoices, the payments, and any supporting data. Again, taxes, price sheets, that kind of thing. So a very powerful tool to stay synchronized. So, the drudgery that I was talking about QuickBooks, most of that, 90% of it is, 50%. I'll be realistic. We do accounts receivable, not accounts payable. So all of your accounts receivable will be synced. You still got to go manage your expenses within QuickBooks itself. So just be aware of that. But yeah, and we are the only, to my knowledge, we are the only CRM for the cleaning service industry that does QuickBooks Desktop as well. So something to keep in mind. And QuickBooks Desktop is still the better product over their QuickBooks Online product after 8 years of them trying. I mean, it's okay. If you have a gig economy business and you're a single owner operator, QuickBooks Online might be fine. As you gain employees though, I mean, we at ServiceMonster use QuickBooks Desktop, and Eric has tried to migrate to online a couple times, but they're missing some key features still. So just be aware of that as your business grows.